Final. Nelson Navora, first jump in this men's triple jump final. The lead 17.14 at the moment. Del Gregorio, this man jumped 17.74 to win the world title last year. Very relaxed, very easy. It's not huge though. He puts the number one finger up into a slight headwind, but that is not massive. I don't believe there's anybody in this field that Philip Sodou should be scared of. Well, there we are. It's come up at 17 metres and 31. Navora's in the lead in the first round. It's been a red flag.
I agree, Steve. I agree entirely. I really do.
We talked about good omens. I hope that is not a bad omen for Philip Sodou. He starts his assault on the Olympic title. I think he believes it's his destiny to win it. I don't know about that, but I know he is in the best shape of his life. And he will never have a better chance. He normally jumps big early. So fasten your seatbelts. Here he goes. Well, it's not bad, it's not bad. He's got the white flag. It's into a slight headwind. I think that's going to take the lead. It's not massive, Paul. When you think of Athens 4 years ago, that was important.
Absolutely spot on for a first round jump. Pretty big, round about the 1750 mark, which he seems to be able to do in his sleep at the moment. Even having a chance there to look to the side to see how far it was. Are you number one? I think you might be, but is it big enough to win Great Britain a gold medal? 17.51, so easy for Phillips.
This is one of the men who could certainly challenge Phillips for the gold medal. David Girault of Cuba. 17 metres 50 at his best. Very smooth, very rhythmical. Didn't really get to the board well there. It's over 17 metres. He's got to jump in. You can see his frustration. Paul, 17.51, I think is going to be in the medals. The question is, which colour?
Well, I've just been having a look at the Olympic history book as far as athletics is concerned. It really is a fantastic reference book. And 17 metres 51 has always won a medal in Olympic history. Sometimes gold, sometimes silver, sometimes bronze. But I think Great Britain are guaranteed a medal. We obviously hope it's going to be a gold medal, and I bet Phillips does too.
This man will go further though, 17.27 for the moment. So Larry Cheeky. Truly brings a smile to my face to see him in this Olympic final. One of the nicest guys on the British team. A very intense competitor, takes his triple jumping extremely seriously, as you'd expect. Well, short of 17 metres, but it is a tremendous achievement for Larry to be here.
It is, and you know, when I was sat in the commentary box in Sydney in 2000, there were three guys, three British fellas in the triple jump final. They're all here tonight. Larry Achike, Philip Sodou, and you. And gee whiz, I did think we were going to win gold and something else, and Larry was so close. And I know that he's worked very, very hard this winter. I keep seeing him down at the fantastic Thames Valley Athletics Centre, morning, noon and night, and he's trained very hard for this. 16.74, he's in seventh.
So Nelson Navora opened 17 metres 31, fairly conservative, into a slight headwind. The lead, well, it's 17.51 still for Philip Sodou. It's pretty good in the context of this competition. It's wet. The wind's not great. That's very nice. Well, that is round about 17 metres and 50. And that could have pushed Phillips down into second place. This guy showed in Osaka. Oh, well, that could be a foul, couldn't it? It hasn't been given. But this guy showed in Osaka that he can compete when it matters.
Well, we said it was not going to be easy for Philip Sodou. This guy's been building up to the Olympic final very quietly, and it's 17:56. It's big. We've got a new leader.
Well, this is Viktor Kuznetsov of Ukraine. With due respect to him, it's the man afterwards we're going to look for. Filip Zadorou. Kuznetsov opened with 16 meters and 71. It's maybe a slight improvement. There's Phillips just frowning around, taking his tracksuit off. And that, I hope, will nicely focus his mind. 17 meters and 56, season's best for the world champion. But it's not further than Phillips's world-leading distance of 17 meters and 58. Bronze medal at the moment, Giralt of Cuba at 17 meters and 27. But here is Phillips. He has looked absolutely superb this season, in complete control of his emotions, of his technique. I think he's lost 4 or 5 kilos. In tremendous physical shape. So, the second attempt. At the moment, not in gold medal position. The thing that he has set his sights on. And that was not good. That was the old Phillips, wasn't it, Paul? Slightly off balance. He's straining a little bit.
I like his body language, though. There's still a long way to go in this final. Oh, well, I tell you what, there wasn't a lot of difference between that takeoff on the board and Nelson Ivora's. But Ivora did not make a mark in the plasticine, and Filip Zadorou did. It's still game on for the British #1. The last 4 Olympic titles, 1779, 1771, 1809, of course, by the great Kenny Harrison, and 1817 by Mike Connolly. It's going to take a big jump to win this one, and it could still be Filip Zadorou.
And we'll continue to follow his progress throughout the afternoon, but we're going to come out just before the...
So Giralt with the second attempt. Opened with what I thought was a very conservative jump, 17 meters 27. Well within himself. Got a mark in. I think this will be better. Certainly a very, very talented athlete. Just dips into the board, but good balance, and that is good. The athletes always know when the timing's right, when they flow through the jumps. Almost a feeling of acceleration, because you're not accelerating, but that's what it feels like. And that pull around the 1750 mark.
It sure is. Beautiful rhythm. Just bouncing down the runway and into the sand. That was a wonderful, wonderful jump by this Cuban. His father, I don't know if that's his dad, but his father was a very good long jumper and triple jumper as well. And Giralt could have jumped his way into the top 3. Oh, it's even further than Filip Zadorou. Giralt is in second place and the Briton down in third.
Larry Achiki opened with 16 meters and 74. And his first challenge is to get into the top 8. If he does that, he'll get a further 3 jumps. And he'll need about 16 meters 80, I think. He's going to achieve that. So it stands at the moment. That is a good jump over 17 meters, but I think that's a foul. Yeah, it is. So, one more attempt for
the British team. They do support, and Filip Zadorou needs an awful lot of support now.
Stu, you're absolutely right. This is the man who's in gold medal position at the moment, the world champion. Second place, David Giralt of Cuba, and for the moment, at least, in bronze medal position, Filip Zadorou. But Ivora timing it absolutely right, as he did in Osaka. Oh, well, he overbalanced, didn't he? on his hop, frustrated, really going for it. Paul, it's coming off on the computer, plus 1.8 meters per second wind, and that's the sort of luck you might need if you're going to win this cycle.
I was going to say, just keep blowing, keep blowing. Let's have that wind blowing in the same direction as Phillips is running. Martin Rooney getting ready for a great, great moment for him, we hope.
Well, that 400-meter final coming up very soon. Big night for Great Britain. What can Phillips Adowu do now?
He needs 6 more centimetres to go into the lead. That's all. But he's got to maintain his composure. He looked so relaxed when he came down the runway for the very first time and jumped 17.51. We know that when he is relaxed, he can jump extremely well, and actually he is one of the most relaxed guys around.
Well, he is, Paul, but he has shown fragility in major championship finals in the past. Never won a global outdoor medal, Olympic or world. And when he has won his big medals, world indoors, European indoors, also the Commonwealth Games, he's won it with a jump in the first 2 rounds. He hasn't done that here. I think in my mind there's always been a question mark over his ability to jump big late on in the competition. I think the longer it goes on, the bigger the doubts I'll have in my mind. I sincerely hope there are no doubts in his mind. He is in a competition now, he really is. So 1 centimetre away from silver, 5 from gold. Adowu in the 3rd round. It is big! Oh yes! I said he'd never done it beyond round 2 before. I think he might have done it now. Thank goodness for that. Ugh.
Almost the perfect takeoff. Almost the perfect execution of the 3 phases of the jump. Is that gold for the red, white and blue once more? Phillips Adowu flew through the air there. He knew it was big, but how big is it? Phillips Adowu turns round. His coach comes down to speak to him. It's big, it's 17.62 and Great Britain are back in the lead.
Well, that is great news. Aston Moore just talking through a few of the issues arising from that jump, but he's in the lead for the time being. This is Levan Sands of Bahamas, just in bronze medal position in 2003, the Paris World Championships. And the Chanter Jerome Romain, who finished in bronze medal position behind me in Gothenburg, he says, watch out for this man, he's in good shape. I'm not sure. That is big. That is big. Oh, I was really hoping Phillips was going to go 17.70 in the 1st round, put us out of our misery. It's not turning out like that at all. 17.62 is his leading jump, 56 for Avor in 2nd place, and Sands is right in amongst it. Very rangy, great timing. What is it? 17.59, he's into 2nd. Ariachiki towards the end of this 3rd round. And Britain is in the lead at the moment. Phillips Adowu. Well, Ariachiki, he needs something around 16 meters 80 if he's going to make the final 3 jumps. Big hop, big step. Well, 8 years on from Sydney, Ariachiki looks like he's going to make the final 3 jumps again. That's just fabulous.
Well done, Larry. The oldest man in the final. Mind you, I said that about you a few times. But it's no mistake that he's in this final. A lot of people might have thought that Larry was a spent force, but he's definitely not. It looks as though he could make it through to the latter part. He certainly can. He's in 6th place. His best jump so far, 17 meters 17.
Thanks, Sue, he is. He lost 4 jumpers. It's down to the last 8. 3 more jumps left. This is Girault. 17.52 in the 2nd round. Well, he's out of the medals at the moment. We'll look through the stats book, see if that's the longest ever not to get a medal if it was to continue in that state. Well, just slightly over-rotated. That was 2/3 of the way to a good jump. But, Paul, I think the message is here that this ain't over yet.
No, not by a long shot. We're only at the halfway stage. I wonder if we'll end up having a dramatic finish. This guy is always going to be a danger. He just floats over the ground. Pretty perfect up until that point when he did rotate too much. That certainly hampered the distance on the final phase, but it's still a useful jump. 17:48, he's still in fourth.
So Evora, fourth round attempt, 17:56 in round two. The world champion, 17:74. Oh! My goodness. His coach loves it, he loves it. That was a massive hop and step, slightly off balance. I said it ain't over yet, and it certainly isn't. What is it? See, just overbalanced here, but he's gone probably 12 meters. 17:62 is the lead at the moment for Phillips. This is a competition. Oh, 17:67 into first place. Phillips is down into second. Well, Paul.
But it goes one way, then the other. We had one or two pretty good jumps, including Phillips Adowu just prowling around in the background there. A couple more in the second round, a couple more in the third, and now this fourth round has really come to life with Evora. Levan Sands, he's next. He produced a new national record in the last round, lying in third place, 17:59. But Phillips Adowu knows if he wants this Olympic title, he's got to fight all the way.
Hold on, we're not quite ready for that final, but back we go now for the triple jump.
Thanks, Sue. I'm beginning to think it was easier out there jumping than watching it, Paul.
Can I just tell everybody, Jonathan Edwards is a nervous wreck. I can't blame you, though. This is a fascinating competition, the best sort that will decide the Olympic title.
Well, Sands has found form like I never thought he would. Fourth attempt. Well, it's not a 17:59 national record he got in round three. Still pretty decent, though. Well, good discipline on the board. He started this competition with 16:91, then 16:55. And in round three, just got it absolutely right. 17:59, a metre further. One was talking about the hurdles being all about rhythm. Exactly the same with the triple jump. You've got no rhythm, you've not got much of a chance. Sands, 17:26, still in bronze medal position. Well, Phillips Adowu has got to keep his head together. Just 5 centimetres off the gold medal position. If he's going to win this, he has to jump further outdoors than he has ever jumped before. 17:68, that was back in 2002 in Manchester at the Commonwealth Games when he took a silver medal. Because he has jumped 17:75 indoors. And as Aston Moore in the middle of the shot, taken over the coaching duties from John Herbert after that world indoor win. So Phillips in round 4, in second place. It's big. He's got a red flag. Ugh. Well, 2 more jumps to go for Phillips. It is as what you do when you're on the runway itself. As you lead it to the right, Nelson Evora, superb 17:67, a season's best when it mattered. Phillips also has a season's best, just not quite as far. But don't count this man out either. David Giraud of Cuba. His personal best is 17:52. He did that today in round 2. I think he's capable of going a lot further. The wind has turned round. It's fairly consistently behind the athletes, and that could make a big difference. Flat wind, +1. Not sure what that was about. Not quite, maybe the wind was in his face, thought there was no point in going on. As the coach, he'll have one more attempt. And don't you just feel that this is going to come down to the last 4 or 5 jumps? Edge of the seat stuff. Still he paces. Still he prepares. He's got to keep positive. He's got to keep believing. It's still there to be won. Here is our leader. He struggled in the World Indoor Championships. Portuguese team said he had a viral problem. I think even if he'd been 100% fit, he'd struggled to have lived with Phillips. And his new British record is 17:75, but he's back. And in a moment, back with a vengeance. Just waiting.
When he won the world title, Jonathan, didn't he produce the best jump in the world that year, 1770 plus? So this guy is certainly a talent, and he is the man to beat.
So Evora in the 5th round, leading at the moment, 17 meters and 67. No. And you know, he's in the lead. I think they're going to turn around at the end of the 6th round. If he's still in the lead, he'll be the last to jump and have the opportunity to respond to whatever anybody else does. So I think for Phillips, really important he gets a big jump in this time, because then his destiny is in his own hands.
Yeah, I mean, you've just alluded to the fact that at the end of this round, they switch places in terms of going from 8th place down to 1st. So the guy in 1st place at the end of round 5 will always jump last. So Phillips really does need to produce the goods now, and that will put pressure on everybody else and hopefully relieve any pressure from the man himself.
All those shots we've seen of Phillips, the body language is still good. You can see a slight grin, and for all the pressure, you do have to enjoy it as well. It's the way to get the best out of yourself. This man, though, Levan Sands, has really performed beyond all expectations. Through his results, he was 5th in London, Crystal Palace, didn't look very good at all. He was 5th in Monaco, 6th in Stockholm. But has timed it absolutely right. The bronze medal position for Sands at the moment, his 5th round attempt. Well, it's out towards 1750. It's not going to improve. Phillips just stripping off in the background, starting to get himself ready. He has just 2 more attempts. He's going to become the Olympic champion.
Just looking back to the form of Larry Achike, Great Britain's #2, I wonder if he thought at the beginning of this season he could end up being around about 6th in the Olympic final. I think he's performed extremely well. And, well, that caption is not right, because Phillips is about to take his jump. The Van Sands jump, incidentally, was 70 meters 32, so still his new national record of 17:59, his best so far.
Well, we won't miss anything with the triple jump because there is a medal ceremony over on the other side of the stadium. We've already seen the bronze medal go to Neville of the USA. This is Jeremy Warner, the man who took the silver. Let's go back and watch Phillips.
Do you know, I think that's a good shout from Phillips. He thought, you know, I'm not going to wait until they play the anthem. He could lose the moment. Absolutely correct decision. He stripped off, he was ready, he was mentally prepared. Come on, Phillips. And that is not good enough. He'll have one more attempt if it is to be a gold medal for the Briton. Of 6 rounds completed. This is how it stands. The event with our best hope of a gold medal, we thought, well, Christian Hurrigu has already delivered that. Phillips Adoa will have one more attempt. He's in silver medal position at the moment, just 5 centimetres behind Portuguese world champion Nelson Avora. Larry Cheeky down in 6th place, 17 metres 17. Comes down to the final jump. Well, you train and prepare for moments like this. I think since Phillips fouled out at Athens 4 years ago, we've looked forward to Beijing, the opportunity to become Olympic champion, the greatest prize in track and field athletics. He is in the best shape of his life. 1767 is a good lead, Paul. It's not a fantastic lead.
These sort of chances don't come around too often. So Phillips really does want this gold medal. He's got to grasp the moment. It's a tough ask to do it in the last round of a major championship. There's Larry Chike right next to Phillips. I think it's been good that the two Britons have been out there together. Just clarifying, I think, in which order they're going to jump in the last round. And here is the first man, lying in 8th place at the moment, Viktor Kuznetsov of the Ukraine, 1687. His best so far. Larry Chike, well, he's produced a pretty good jump, very close to his season's best, 17 metres 17. And I just think it would be brilliant for Larry if he can finish in 6th place. Obviously, he would love to finish higher. But I think he will reflect on this competition there is in the background, thinking, I've done a good job this year, and I hope he does exactly that.
Yeah, he's done a great job, Paul, there is no doubt about it. So Viktor Kuznetsov of Ukraine, 1687 at the moment. Where on earth did he find that from? He's got a foul. Goodness me. I don't know what the win was on that. I'm not sure it'll come up because it was a foul. But it wasn't far over the board, and that was about 17 metres 30. Conditions here very different from the qualifying round where we had 16 men over 17 metres. Well, it's come us as plus 0.2, so not so much at all. So Kuznetsov left a lot out there, didn't he?
Yes.
Use that.
There's Gregorio, this huge Brazilian, 6'7" tall. I wonder how he and his family adapted to life in Gateshead when he moved over here to be coached by Peter Stanley. Apparently all the guys at the gym and the track really like him. Good performer. Loves this sort of stage, and at the moment everybody in this stadium is watching just one event, the triple jump final. And beware, because if he gets it right, he could jump big, very big.
Well, he lacks nothing for passion, that's for sure. Silver medal in Osaka last year. This is his last attempt. Well, it's over 17 metres. It's not going to be enough to challenge for the medals. Certainly not at his best. Just slightly cumbersome. And he could learn, I think, from Phillips. Lose a few pounds. get a bit leaner, because he's certainly got massive, massive potential. Anybody who's got a 1790 personal best is some athlete.
2 down, 6 to go to decide the medals. You just get the feeling all the way through this competition it could have come down to the last round. Philip Sado came here with one job in mind, and that was to go home with a gold medal. Larry Achike, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but I think this performance is a huge bonus. He's been around for a long, long time. How many times did he beat you, Jonathan? A couple?
Can't rightly remember, Paul. I remember winning the European Cup in 2000 when I decided I had a slight injury and had to go away to prepare for the Olympics. I'm not sure he did beat me, actually. I'm sure Mark Butler's going to come and pass me a piece of paper, our statistician, and tell me exactly when he did. Right, serious business now. Larry's last jump, 17 metres 22, would get him into 5th place to match his position in Sydney. Big hop, big step! Oof, and he lost it, didn't he? He's got a foul. But for a moment, it looked like he was going to go past Duprier into to 5th place, but it wasn't to be.
If that is to be Larry's last ever Olympic jump, everybody who knows him will just say a big thank you to a guy who, when the chips are down, never stops smiling, never stops encouraging other people, young athletes, old athletes, everybody. What a great servant to British athletics he has been, and certainly is today. He can't finish any worse than 7th.
Well, Duprier started with 17 metres 22, followed it up with 4 fouls. Competed against Duprier on a number of occasions. Very, very talented, struggled with injury. His last attempt. And that, I think, could be a foul too. He's certainly not going to challenge the medals. He'll finish in 5th place. And then there were 4. The 4 outstanding athletes of this evening. Girault, 1752. Levan Sands, 1759. Phillips Idowu in 2nd at the moment, 1762, a season's best. And then Evora. His distance, 1767, short of a personal best, but not ideal conditions. A little bit damp on the track, just takes the edge off the speed. If nobody jumps further, he will be the champion. But I think all of them are capable of going further in this last round. Something about the adrenaline, the do or die, the last chance, which brings out the best in so many athletes. How many times have we seen it in a major championship? It's the best feeling when it goes right. Cuban athletes always dangerous in the horizontal jumps. Girault, no exception. Out of the medals at the moment, though. That was lacklustre all the way through. I don't know what you think, Paul, but it's gone slightly flat, hasn't it? We've had the 110-metre hurdles. The crowd came for that as the main event. Obviously, Lu Zhang wasn't there. But the energy has almost been sucked away from the stadium. I don't know what you feel.
Yeah, I do feel a bit of that, but let's hope it hasn't been sucked out of Philip Sado. The medals have actually now been decided, haven't they? But which colour will go to which man? It won't be too long before we find out. David Girault there, finishing in 4th place. Very good performance at 17:48. Philip Sado has got to keep his composure. His tummy will be churning, but he's just got to try and relax, if that is possible at all. Levan Sands is the man who will go next. He's already got a bronze medal guaranteed. He wants more. The gap is very small between gold and bronze at the moment. 1767 is first place to Nelson Avora, Philip Sadow 1762, and 1759 to Levan Sands. It's less than an outstretched hand, isn't it, between thumb and little finger. That's the difference. But gold medals are won by less.
So Sands on the runway for his final attempt. And that is not to be. Do you know what? I think he'd done his jumping. I really think he had. 1759. Good enough for the bronze medal. We know now that Philip Sadow has a silver at least. But he has one more jump left. Sands, national record. Superb performance. This is manager Jukka Häkkinen, but it's all about Philip Sadow and Nelson Avora now. I think from the moment he won that indoor title in Valencia in March, he really started to believe that he could be the champion. The next minute or so will decide that.
Only 2 jumpers to go. This man, Nelson Avora, the world champion. Philip Sadow, before today, he had the longest jump in the world to his credit. 1762 is only 5 centimeters behind the lead at the moment. So how much does the British #1 want this? He's got to want it.
Come on, Phillips. His final attempt. Oh, no. No. Well, Avora is the champion. Philip Sadow takes a silver medal. I think he'll be absolutely gutted. In time, he'll look back, he'll reflect, and see it as a great achievement, I think. But he came here expecting gold. I think we expected gold. I certainly thought he could win, but it wasn't to be. So, Nelson Avora is now assured of Portugal's first athletics gold medal, apart from those won by the distance runners. I'm sure Brendan will know all about them. Carlos Lopez in 1984 in the marathon. Rosa Mota, 1988 in the marathon. Fernando Ribeiro, 1996 in the 10,000 meters. Now, they have an Olympic champion in the triple jump. And you can see what it means to him. Surprise world champion last year, and he's backed it up with the Olympic title. Can he finish with a flourish? I think the answer is no. It really doesn't matter. His coach has been with him all through his career. He is completely overwhelmed. A great competitive performance, a great competition. He didn't scale the heights that perhaps we'd anticipated, that perhaps I think Phillips in his dreams had anticipated. But Britain has a silver medal to go with the gold. Silver and bronze we've already won. But there is the new Olympic champion. Christian Olsen wasn't here to defend his title, but he is a worthy successor. Well, I think that is going to be a long and lonely walk for Phillips. Silver medal, a great performance, but not what he wanted and not what he'd hoped for. He'll have to wait another 4 years till 2012, and that will be a long, long time. So, result of the men's triple jump. Manages to smile, but we can't help but feeling just a little bit flat. The champion is from Portugal, not from Great Britain. It's Nelson Avora, 1767, following up his world title. Philippe Sidowo takes his first major medal outdoors at a global championship, 17 metres 62, with a season's best. Levan Sanz, a surprise bronze, 17 metres 59. Geralt of Cuba, 17.52, carrying on the great Cuban tradition of horizontal jumping. Priya, 17 metres 22 in fifth. Gregorio was bumped Larry Cheeky down into 7th place. He jumped 17 metres 20.